Morning, chart stalker, and morning work diver. Chart stalker. I actually just when I just logged on to the YouTube channel, I saw your comment from yesterday, and I went ahead and answered that. But I'll answer it again real quick. So yeah, you can see on the 1 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute chart here. I consistently will use the 9 EMA, the exponential moving average, and then the 20 EMA. Okay, and then I pretty much try, and sometimes I don't even use them. Sometimes I'll clear out these charts and I'll just focus on key areas of support resistance, key daily levels, that sort of thing, and VWAP. But even when they're up, I mean, sometimes even if I don't take them down, sometimes I am ignoring them and just watching for those things because I think the EMAs, I mean, again, they're lagging indicators. They can be respected many times, and they definitely should be taken into consideration when trading, in my opinion. But they are not as truth telling, in my opinion, as key areas of support resistance and critical levels that are marked out. Pre-market highs, pre-market lows, daily levels, that sort of thing. But I will sometimes implement them on the 15-minute chart down here, and then here on the daily chart. I guess every now and then I'll implement them, but for the most part, I have the 50 SMA, the simple moving average, the 100-day SMA, and then the 200-day SMA. So good to see you here. First time in the room, that's good. Glad you could join us today. Work Diver, good morning. Hope you're doing all right, man. Good to see you as always. And guys, I'm gonna mute the mic here. I've got to run downstairs and take care of something real quick, but I will be right back and we'll go through the watch list. Okay, guys, I am back. What's up, Mark? Mark De Guzman, good to see you, man. Sauger, good to see you. So, all right, we got a little bit to go through today. Not too much. There are some stocks that I went ahead and set some alerts on. So I'll go ahead and show you where my alerts are. Caterpillar, it looks like it could get a breakdown at $113.59. So, the thing is there's really no volume on that stock this morning. I mean, very, very, very little volume. So I don't even want to consider it. But if it does break that, that'll be a critical daily level. It'll be breaking the lows of yesterday. and I will want to consider getting in. So I've got an alert set at $114. So right now it's like up to 115 and something. So if it makes it all the way down here and it's just crashing and tanking, and if it looks like the volume's picked up and is breaking through that level, I'm going to go short on that. I've got obviously NVAX, Works, and ICD. I put the alerts pretty high on ICD and Works because if it makes it all the way back up to these levels, I personally think Works is pretty much done. I'm almost tempted to pick up some shares for shorting, but I don't know. These stocks were very volatile yesterday, so I really don't want to mess with them. But I would be interested in looking at them for possible daily breakout longs, even if it's just a quick scalp over, levels that are even beyond these levels here. I just pretty much use these as numbers that, if it gets all the way up here, then I'll open up the chart and I'll see how close it is to the actual daily breakout level, and that's where I'll consider possibly getting in. And NVAX has just been on a tear, and it really seems like it's wanting to. Well, it's showing here, but my alert didn't go off, so I don't know what that's about. But so I may need to change that. I'm glad I looked at NVAX because I didn't even look at it this morning. But you can see here I'd set 1825. It's obviously hit that, but this alert did not go off. So I'll keep that there again, and then I'll also want to know if it gets if it has a breakout of 1850, because this one could go. This one could go if the volume picks up. There's no volume on it right now, but just look at this daily chart. There's a lot of room to fill. It could come all the way up here to $23. It could come all the way up here to fill this whole entire gap. So, I don't know. I just want to kind of keep it on watch. So I've got an alert set, but as you can see, none of those stocks that I named are actually on my watch list. Okay, ICD is the one between ICD and Works. I think ICD has the most potential to see continuation. Like I said, I think Works is done, but I could be totally wrong about that. I haven't made my mind up about that, but again, these are stocks I'm really not too concerned with. So I will go ahead and get into the stocks that I am concerned with. Roku is up. Roku is up, and it talks. There was a news report that came out this morning where Roku said that coronavirus is boosting streaming, and so the stock is shooting higher. And it talked about there was a release early in the morning, like 3:00 in the morning, where Roku shares, they talked about Roku shares jumping on preliminary Q1 earnings, and just due to a surge in new subscribers. It's kind of the same thing as the whole Disney Plus thing from last week. Disney Plus reached 50 million subscribers, and over the weekend I even heard a family member talking about it, and so that was pretty interesting. But one thing that I have noticed is I have noticed some divergence in how Roku is moving this morning and the SPY. As you can see, the SPY is actually, trucking on up. It's continuing to make a move up, guys. And there's actually a critical level that I marked out, and it looks like it may break out past that level, this level right here, and it just did at 281.20. So it just finally poked up through that level there. But you can see SPY's making a move up here in the last few minutes, but look at what Roku's starting to do. Okay, and so this is kind of interesting to me because first of all, there's a lot of volume coming in to Roku right now. I mean, it's a 90 million share float, so obviously we're going to want to see more volume than even this right here. But this is one of those things where I've seen this many times, where if you just kind of draw this line here, and if this comes up again in pre-market, or even when the bell rings and just can't break out any of these levels here, it's very possible we'll get a rollover and, a short move down to, I don't know, maybe the 106 areas. I mean, I guess it could come all the way down here to retest 100. I don't know, or maybe test the 50-day moving average at 103.25. But I think we could get a significant enough move to make a couple $100 on it. And that's, with conservative share size, and that's pretty much what this channel's about. With conservative share size, I think it can be done. So, but what we could also see is a drastic continuation to the upside. So I'm going to be careful with Roku. Roku can be a little difficult sometimes. It can move, with a certain level of unpredictability at sometimes. And even here, I'm seeing these wicks, but like I said, if it continues, to move, and even here, looking here at the pre-market lows, I guess would be technically here at 105. It would be interesting to see if it either breaks or bounces there. So I actually might go ahead and mark out that level as a matter of fact. But anyway, moving on to Tesla. Yeah, and Sagar, I'll address that real quick here. Yeah, so we got, here's the thing. Look at this. Look at these wicks. I personally, for my strategy and for what I do and the types of stocks that I'm good at trading, I can't see myself messing with this. This to me is a garbage stock, a garbage lower float stock. Now, you could be good at trading garbage lower float stocks, but we're looking at roughly a 9 million share float. We got 2.5 million on volume, so it's not like the shares have been rotated yet, but at the same time, what was the news on this? I saw it earlier. I saw something earlier on this. Anyway, going on FinViz here. Hold on one second. Okay, no, yeah, actually, this is the one. Sorry, I'm getting this confused with, I think, MEIP. Yeah, I'm getting it confused with MEIP because this one I could not find any recent news on. The latest thing we have on FinViz is from April 6th. Okay, and so right now, I'm personally going to stay away from it. Looking at AKI or AIKI, this is actually interesting. I have not even looked at this one today. So I'll give it a quick look here. It's 11 million share float, but no news. I'm not seeing any kind of news anyway, not on FinViz. So if you've got any kind of news, maybe you can share that. But we do see that it's a previous runner. It's got a lot of spikes here. We've seen that this stock can run. It can make moves. Look at this. There were some days back here, made it all the way up to almost $20. It is breaking through. It has broken through, I should say, all the key daily moving averages, so that's pretty big. But then again, it did the same thing on this day and got rejected down there. And so so I don't know. I can't call it. Again, this is not for me. I think the good thing about these stocks right here, first of all, we know that it can't be shorted. It has a very low short float interest, 1.63%. Okay, and you're saying that it does have news. Worldwide platform license for antiviral drug platform includes coronavirus. Okay, well, so there you go. I'm not seeing anything on FinViz. That's typically my go-to check. Every now and then I'll look at Market Watch, or I'll even check headlines in the TradingView platform. But yeah, okay. Like I said, it's broken through the moving averages. The one good thing about this is, with a conservative trading strategy, you could take, if you wanted to, you could take 500 shares out the gate, see if it makes it push to $2, and take a little bit of profit on the way up, and then leave some shares on the table to see how high it'll go. Maybe we'll get a breakout from these levels here, and with 500 shares, you could easily make a few $100 on this, and then you could just set a risk, your risk to the break of the $0.50, $1.50. So you would essentially be risking 20 cents to make, whatever. Again, if I took 500 shares right here at $1.70, I'd probably take 250 of them off at $2 just in case it gets a rejection at the $2 mark. That happens a lot of times with these stocks. But I would make 30 cents on those first 25 shares, so I'd make $75. I'd go ahead and lock that in, and then let that other 250 ride and see how far it'll go. Maybe if it comes up to 270, you can remove another 125 shares. That way you've locked in another $125 and added to the 75 the first $75 that you got off the first 250 shares, at that move you would have made $200. And then if it breaks out above all this, maybe take the last 125 off at, I don't know, 370 or something like that, and make another 250 on those last. I mean, you are basically, you could make $450 off of a move like that, and you're risking on 500 shares, you'd be risking, or you could even set your risk down here. You could set a good, I don't know, 30 cent, 40 cent risk. So you'd be risking roughly $200, I think, $200 to make 450. That's a pretty good risk reward, So the thing about these stocks is they move a little bit slower, so that's good. But and yeah, AMD looks good. What's up, Notre Dame? Good to see you. AMD does look good. That's why I've got it down here on the watch list. I've got it closer to the bottom just because here's the thing. The SPY has been really making a stronger push up, and AMD typically follows the SPY very closely. I've watched AMD for several years, and I'm telling you, I would say at least a year and a half, I've probably watched this stock pretty darn closely, and it has a tendency to really make a lot of the same moves as the SPY. And it's not doing it this morning. SPY's just kind of trucking up. This has kind of been like flat topping almost. It's broken out a little, but then it comes down here. It breaks out a little, then comes down here. And anytime SPY shows any kind of a pullback, it automatically starts dropping. So it's following it more on the pullbacks and less on the swings up. So there's divergence there, which tells me that if SPY ends up getting, a crushing move out the gates, if SPY ends up tanking, even if it's just to test, some of these levels or pre-market lows or whatever, then AMD is probably going to get crushed with that, at least temporarily. So, but I don't know, it does have a good daily chart. It is a breakout chart. But you know what? There's a lot of people who are in on AMD up here at $60. And it at one point it lost almost half of its value. So you got to think there are probably some people here that may have held through this that still think that the market could, because we got to look at the daily on the SPY. They still could see the market, coming way down to test these lows again. And there might be a lot of people that still are unsure about the economy. If things don't open back up within the next few weeks, how devastating could that be? So there's a lot of people out there that could be moving to cash, or moving out of their AMD positions. Okay, we are hitting a pretty critical level here. If you see here at 52.81, even right here between 52.30 basically and 52.80, it touched once here, it touched once here, and then it gapped up here, and then came back down to here, and then came back down here again. So this is there's a lot here that could be resistance from if we're just looking at the technicals, there's a lot here that could be acting as resistance. So I don't know. I've got it on my chart because I am going to be taking a possible short on it this morning. Boeing is just, one of the usual suspects. I'm actually going to move that down to the very bottom. Zoom, I'm going to move that down a little bit further. And AMD, I'm actually going to move a little bit further up to the top. But anyway, MEIP is another one. Now, here's one thing this is always a little concerning to me. When you see, after there's a huge buy up on a stock. I've made a lot of money shorting stocks that look just like this, forming this pattern right here, because it comes up and touches, can't break previous highs, comes up and touches again, gets rejected, and ends up getting crushed, as soon as the market opens. I've made a lot of money shorting stocks like this, but, that's not to say that it can't have a breakout, because every now and then, I will say this, 7 out of 10 times, if a stock looks like this, it's going to get crushed. The only difference with this stock is MEIP, it is kind of a lower float, it is not a lower float, it's, easy to borrow. I don't know why I'm twisting my words up here. It's easy to borrow. It is actually a higher float. And because it's easy to borrow, it's very possible, and because it's such a low price stock, it's very possible that there could be a lot of people that get squeezed out of this. Okay. And even right now here in pre-market, it may break through that pattern. And if it does break through this pattern in pre-market, then that completely cancels out any typical trade idea. But what you could do is you could, if you wanted to, go ahead and borrow, I don't know, maybe 500 shares for shorting or whatever. For some reason, that's not letting me do that. You could borrow 500 shares for shorting at roughly $7 and just put a stop here at 318. So you're risking 6 cents. Or you could even put it at the break of the all-time high up here at 330. So you'd be risking roughly 20 cents to make potentially a whole dollar move on this. I mean, if this really loses all of its value, I mean, even if it comes down and you get a 50-cent move on that 500 shares, you're still sitting in a really good risk to reward ratio. Okay, so good morning, Yoni B. Good to see you. Yeah, Mark remembers when AMD was 20. Yeah, I remember December 2018 when it got down as low as I think it was like $16. So, there's a lot of people that's made a lot of money on that. And so, but anyway, and Notigan says AKII is, or AIKI is taken off. So, yeah, like I said, so if you had gotten in here, we were talking about it, if you gotten in here for the breakout at 170, and if it made its, you could have, take a cool 500 shares here and just see what happens with that. So yeah, you're right. It's moving up. It could move into a halt. So this might actually be a good stock. I'll go ahead and put this on watch as well. So props to Sagar for calling that out. But yeah, AMD looks like it wants to make a move down. Roku looks like it could make a move down if it breaks that 170 area. I would wait for the spread to tighten up there. And then, we've got Tesla. I've got Tesla just because Tesla has looked like it's been making a lot of really great moves here. But I think, again, it's the same rule is applying to AMD. You've probably got a lot of people who, bought even at 800 and lost it went all the way down to $361. So we're reaching some levels. It hasn't quite reached those levels. I'd say once it gets closer to anywhere between 725 and 770. I know that's a wide range, but when I get into Tesla, I only trade 5-10 shares at a time. I'll ease in. I'll start averaging in with 5 shares. I'll try to build a 20 to 30, maybe 40 share position, and then get a good, if I can get a good $5 move on that, you've made a couple $100. So, but anyway, CCL, RCL, they seem like they've been coming up. CCL seems like it's making a little more divergence from the SPY. I don't do the best on these stocks, but I wanted to keep them on watch anyway, just to see how they move. So basically, you guys can ignore pretty much all of these stocks right here for me personally. I mean, I think, I did put MEIP up here because I was considering going short on it. I really do think that this is going to fall short. Now, if it does crack up through these levels, then more props to you guys who are going long on it. But 330, I'm going to clear it off the charts, and I'll take a look at it if it gets above 330, $3.30. So other than that, I don't really care to mess with it, and I'll go ahead and remove that. And AIKI, be interested to see what happens with that. AMD, be interested to see what happens with that. So Roku and AMD are the two main ones that I'm probably going to be watching out of the gates. So anyway, guys, we got about a minute to the bell, and we'll see what happens here. Might have called it, Matt. Looks like AMD might break range. We'll see. Again, I'm not saying that. See, when the market opens up, it could start following SPY, but I'm just not completely sold on that idea, and I need to see the spread close. I really want to see the spread close here. So I'm seeing a little divergence from AMD. So now it's pushing up while SPY is losing its lunch. So that's interesting. But might not break through the flat top up there. Let's see. It's going to have a breakout. I may take a little position on it here. Go ahead and average in with 200 shares at 33. So it's fighting it, but let's see. Not massive sell-off. Not a massive sell-off, but let's see. Looks like we could be pushing down. It's a lot of selling. It's a lot of selling. Okay, I'm going to come out. I'm going to come out on AMD. It's looking like it's wanting to push. MEIP went ahead and broke that wedge. But I don't know, guys. I'm not completely sold on it. This could be chop. Roku's obviously making a really good leg down, so I kind of missed that one. So AMD is tracking with SPY just a little right now. But it just doesn't seem like it's going to beat that top. Not yet, anyway. See where it ends on this 5 minutes. Give it some time. SPY's getting bought up. Really nice wick. Bottom wick on the SPY. Still a lot of buying. Okay, we'll try to get in again here. 18. Let's see if we can get a final push. See if we can get a final leg down. Consider adding another 200 at 52.10. Okay. I don't know. It's chop, guys. There's a lot of chop here. Let's add in again. 15 is the average. I was adding in at the anticipation of the break of 10. Oh, a lot of chop. A lot of chop. A lot of chop. Come on. Okay, gonna come out. I don't want to get caught in chop here. We'll give it another shot. We'll give it another shot. See if it can make a leg down. But right now we are sitting in. There's definitely chop here. There's definitely chop on AMD. So I got to give it a minute to choose a direction. Let's look at Roku. Man, that would have been the one to take, guys. This would have been the one to take. So, break of 107. Nice move. Nice move, and I missed it, but that's okay. That's all right. Let's see here. 104.02. Okay, AMD is getting bought up. So, I'm going to give that one a rest. It is starting to follow SPY right now. SPY's looking strong. Tesla's following SPY. CCL's following SPY. Same with RCL. ZM, same thing. So we got a lot of longs here. AIKI is on a halt. MEIP could not maintain, but I don't know, guys. I'm seeing a little too much chop here for my taste. So I don't know. Now AMD is going into a nice direction, but I'm not long biased, so, and I still see these as levels up here. You know, I still feel like it could meet resistance at these levels. So, but if SPY remains strong, then that could, you know, that could just pull it with it. So, see if Roku picks a direction. Yep, there's definitely a bear flag on Roku. 104.35. This is where Roku can also chop you out. You got to be careful with Roku. Roku can be very, very tricky. It can be a very, very tricky stock. Okay, and it's hitting right here on that EMA. So or I should say almost, not completely, but almost sitting on the EMA. And SPY is strong. Remember, keep in mind, SPY is strong. Watching AMD, it's still sitting under that daily resistance. Roku may get a push up here. It's in a tightening or forming a tightening pattern. There it is. Okay. It's a good long on Roku. Good long on Roku. Let's see how high up it can push. Could probably get a quick shorting scalp here. 106.95. AMD still sitting under that daily support. Take a look at it. Again, if you look at the daily chart here, you can see all these levels here. It's got to push up. It's got to push up through these levels, and it could. SPY, as long as SPY remains strong, you know, because now, like I said, in pre-market, AMD was not following SPY at all, but now it is. So Roku's getting a nice little pullback. Roku had earnings report, from the look of it, big beat, but no guidance due to uncertainty. Yeah, that makes sense. Appreciate the info, Yoni B. Okay. Making a nice recovery. Good Lord, look at that. Look at that recovery. Look at that recovery. Question is are we just getting squeezed right now? You know, is there, man, Roku is just on a tear. It's on a tear. Is it meeting resistance though? You'd think that it would be. Yeah, there it is. There's the pullback. Yeah, I flinched on that one, guys. That could have been a good $70-$80 move right there. Let's see. On the 1 minute. Yeah, that could have been a great move. Could have been a great move. AMD still struggling around that area. Look, 52.71. Man, that could have been a great move on Roku. Not pull back. This is chop, guys. This is chop. How many people are getting chopped out by all of this? Just unpredictability. Unpredictability at its finest. So, wow. That's incredible. That's incredible. Look at this. Still continuing to get flushed down. Winding all the way back up. So we'll see. We'll see. Look at this, guys. Look at all these whippy moves here. This is incredible. CCL's a little bit less choppy. RCL might be following suit. AIKI looks like it's still wanting to move up. People getting into the halt. Oh wow, look at that. What a fallback. Oh man, it's going into a halt going down now. So glad I didn't get in on that one. Not there anyway. It could turn around. Tesla's moving. Tesla's moving. Tesla's moving. AMD making big swings up and down. SPY is knocking on the door to what is it, 281.94? Let's see. Yeah, that's an important daily level, 281.94. We need to see it break up through that to find follow through on this stuff right here. So and it looks like it wants to break. Where are we at? 52.95. So I have to get out at 52.95. Okay. I'll come out half there. Okay, we'll come out the rest there. Okay, took a quick shot at that. Took a quick shot at that. It's continuing to push though. So Roku is weakening on the volume. Could be ready to make a move up. This hurts today. Note again, you getting chopped out, brother? Man, look at this. Look at this. Making moves. CCL's got a little divergence. RCL is the one that's following suit now. And SPY's breaking out through that level, guys. 281.94. It's almost there. It's almost there. So this would be pretty big if SPY broke that level, 281.94, and maintained above that level, by the way. Yeah. And it's broke. It has broke, guys. So all of these are actually going to go on a tear right now. So this is really good. Really good for long bias traders right now. Roku seems like it could be going to continue moving down. I mean, we're below VWAP, but there's been a lot of chop here, so I don't completely trust it. Oh, it would have been nice. This will be interesting. $104.50, $104.35. Could be getting a reversal on Roku. See what we're looking at like on the 2 minute and the 1 minute. I have to break 104.50. See where the selling is. Okay, gonna go ahead and get in there. There we go. Nice move. Nice move. Gonna go ahead and take off some there. See if we can get a continuation. Good strong continuation. Okay, coming out. So we're up $53 on the day. That was a good move on Roku. Took a quick short. I got in with an anticipation of it breaking 104.50. So now we're getting a little bit of a pullback here. 103.50 is the next point. So SPY's moving up. Roku is still, making a pretty solid move to the downside. See if we can break that 103.50. That might have just been a little tap right here on this moving average here, which is at 103.15. So we might, even if we could test that on a quick scalp, I'd be interested. See what Roku does here. Make sure it doesn't pop. Like I said, Roku's tricky. This is why I got in here at this break, and that's why I went ahead and took everything off here, because, as soon as you start seeing Roku pause, I mean, yeah, there could be continuation. I mean, you got to give it time to work out, but I'm glad I did not hold on to that. So, looking at this from a 5-minute perspective, we are making a retracement back up to VWAP. It's possible that at the break of 106 we would see some more volatility to the upside, especially if SPY remains strong. So 105.88 is the break of VWAP. Okay. Think we missed the entry on Works. Entry was for the support at 8. Okay. I haven't looked at Works, but I do have those alerts on it, so I don't think any of them have gone off yet. Notigan says, I'm holding on to AMD for dear life. This thing keeps swinging red to green, just holding my stop at the bottom of the 5-minute bar. Having a hard time moving my stop up. Have to give AMD 50 cents plus room. I'm out. AMD up 83, waiting for pullback to get in. Good, nice trading note again. Yeah, I'm in agreement with Yoni B. Sagar says 815-ish, and that matched up with yesterday's support. Okay. Yeah, I haven't looked at that. I haven't looked at works, but I'll take a quick look at it. Actually, no, I need to hold on. See if we get that test for 103.50. I want to make sure that this is going to be a breakthrough and not an actual reversal. So I'm going to have to be very careful on how much I take here. SPY's slowing down on volume, but I still think, I feel like today's going to be a slow grind up for the SPY. So I think SPY's still probably going to do all right today, but I don't know. It could be, we could be hitting a turnaround point for SPY. See if we get a breakdown of 104. There we go. Jumping in. And it's pausing too much for my taste. So coming out. So I tell you guys, if it pauses, you got to be careful. I'm going to wait for a break of 103.50. So we're up 57 on the day. Made $4 off of that move. Basically paid for that trade. Let's see. 103.77. Be interesting to see if we make our way back down to 104 again. See if it loses it. We're either going to go for a really nice reversal here, or this is going to continue to go down. So just really watching this. 103.77 is the next mark, and then I will look to hold that for the break of 103.50. And I may add to my position at the break of 103.50. So other than that, we're, again, looking for a reversal, a possible reversal on Roku at these levels. Look at the 2 minute, and let's look at the 5 minute. Developing some wicks here on the 5 minute. So again, you know, if we break 106, I think if we break 105.75 and we start making our way up to 106, I would be fine to go long quickly on that one. But 103.78 is a key level right now on this 5 minute chart. So it looks like reversal territory, guys. But I don't know. I haven't made my mind up yet. Again, we break 103.78 and I'm going short. If we start cracking through 105.75, I'm going to go long. Okay, getting in anticipation here. Okay, coming out a little. There we go. Man, it's just not doing it. There we go. Wow. It's really holding. Okay, coming out. Oops, I thought I came out. Okay, coming out. It's taking too long. Really don't want to get caught in a snap. There we go. Ah, should have stayed in that one, guys. Should have stayed in that one. Okay. And it's breaking through that 50-day moving average. SPY's moving up. Roku's moving down. Oh, nice. Losing a lot of its value. Sun went through the roof. Keeps going up without news. Yeah, I'm still going to be a little cautious with that one. Well, I should say a little. I should say very cautious. Okay, just waiting for a pullback. I think Roku has proven that it is going to continue going down today. So, but need to wait for a significant pullback. On that. Make sure we don't get caught in a squeeze here. We could squeeze all the way up to 104.75 if it breaks through that 104 area. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Broke right up through 104.75. It's nearing 105. It's breaking up through 105. SPY's going on a tear right now. Is this going to come through VWAP? We're going to get a VWAP breakthrough on the 15 minute. Guys, this could be a short squeeze. This could be a massive short squeeze. And this could be the reversal. SPY's getting bought up significantly, so if it breaks 105.50, that'll be interesting. But if this gets rejected, I mean, it technically closed that 15 on the VWAP. Long BA stop below 149.40. Okay. Where did you get in, Yoni? Because it's almost at 151 right now. By the way, guys, I'll be interested in Roku at the break of VWAP. I'll be interested for a long at the break of VWAP. I think it could break through 106 and get a really, really nice pullback there. But got to see a lot of buying come in. Yeah, it's also 105.40 on the 5 minute. I'll take a stab at it with just 100 shares. Okay, we're going to get in anticipation of the break. Come on, see if we can break up. And come out. We got 50 shares still at 105.35. If we can break 105.50. Ooh. We are not getting a good move. It's getting rejected off of VWAP, guys. That's not good. Should have broken out there. So, had to get out. And these executions are starting to get in the way, so I'm going to turn those off for now. Did not get the break we were looking for there. AMD. Chop fest in here on AMD. Chop fest on Tesla. CCL making a strong move up. ZM looks like it might be coming down a little bit. AIKI halting back and forth. Boeing. Yonibi got in at, oh, you got in at 151. Okay, cool. Cool, yeah, it's struggling. It's struggling a little around that area. It kind of honestly looks like it's kind of coming down, though. I don't know, man. I'd watch the SPY, though. I'd definitely track with the SPY on that. I'll give this another shot if it comes back above 105.50. Otherwise, we'll look for a continued move down through 104. So, if SPY gives it if SPY gets a good push, I can see a lot of these stocks continuing to get a good push. It is a slow day, Sauger. It does seem like a slow day. You're right. Oh, and Sauger says done trading for the day. Up $100, probably 85 after commission, slow day in small cap, but we'll keep an eye on AIKI. Okay, good. Good job. Good job, Sauger. SPY looks like it could be rolling, but we may get a move down here. And SPY would love to see divergence here with Roku. And I'll tell you what, if it pokes up through that VWAP, we could get a really good solid move. And then especially if it breaks above the 106 area, that would be even better. and I'd probably consider adding to my position. Yeah, 106 is a good add-in spot for Roku. I could see it going up as high as, I don't know, maybe 107, 107.50 maybe. But we've got to see significant strength. Otherwise, it's just gearing up for another move down. Yeah, if Roku hits that 105.40 area again, I'm definitely going to take another stab at it for a long. Definitely going to take another stab at it for a long. I should go short here. Yeah, it's just that this, we're going to chalk this up to a VWAP rejection. But I don't know, guys. It's chop fest in here. It really is. Got to be careful. Love to see a crack. Final crack of VWAP here. There it is. It's looking pretty good here, guys. It's looking pretty good here. Okay, we're going to give it another shot here. Give it another shot. See if we can finally break through. There we go. Getting a little bit of a breakthrough. Come out half just in case. Carry the other 50 as long as I can. Hopefully we get a break up through 105 or 106. Come on. Come on, push 106. I'll consider getting in again at 106. Here we go. Oh, I was gonna say I missed the ad there, but can it continue to move? Okay, coming out. Man, what a slow day, yeah. Slow day, slow day. But this could be moving up. Could be moving up. Just might be a chop fest along the way. Coming back down. Okay. Moving stop below 150 for BA. I don't want to lose more than that. Okay. SPY's turning around and coming up, so Boeing should be following suit, and if it's not, then we're seeing divergence, and we need to be careful. You know, we are seeing, you know, kind of a descending pattern here, so I'd be careful. SPY looks like it's having a really hard time maintaining those highs, which means that we could see a turnaround on a lot of these stocks. So 149.70, 149.60 is pretty big on Boeing. I think if it loses those levels, you know, but I mean, it is, you know, it is a chop fest. It is a chop fest. So SPY's turning around, coming back up. Choppy day. Choppy day, guys. It really is. Choppy day. Okay, I'm going to get in with the anticipation of the break there. Stalling out. See if we can get it. Okay, going to come out a little there. See how long I can hold on to these 50 shares. Boy, it's stalling out. Okay, coming out. I'll tell you what. 149.60. That's what I'm looking for. Looking for the break of 149.60. AMD's coming back up. Tesla's coming back up. CCL, RCL, ZM, AIKI. Let's see, got stopped out, Yoni. Okay, I'm going to jump back in here. We're long. See if we can finally get a break. Okay, I'm going to take half. There we go. Let's see how far of a breakout we can get here. See how far of a breakout we can get. Come on. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Push up to 107. There we go. Ah. Okay, gonna take another. This is all just paying for commissions right here, guys. So I got 25 shares at 105.64. SPY is getting bought up though, so I don't see why this would not continue to get bought up. SPY is on a tear. SPY is on a tear. I mean, come on. Roku is having a really difficult time making any kind of strong move. If it breaks 106, I'm out. There we go. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. There we go. There we go. We're going to take another, here. Take another half off at 76. See if we can get a bite. There we go. We got bit right there, and go. See if we can get another bite through 107. This is going to bring my average way up if I add in, but I think I can. We're looking strong. Going to add in 106.83. Come on. Okay, got to come out. Gotta come out. We could be getting a pullback on Roku right now. Boy, what a chop fest. Look at all these wicks on Roku. What a chop fest. Jump in again. Let's jump in again. Come on. Come out half. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, come on. All right, coming out. Back down to 52.90. Man, this is what a struggle today. What a struggle. Try it again at the breakout point. Try it again. SPY's getting a bit of a pullback. I don't know if that has anything to do with this right here. It just might be that Roku is just really choppy today. 107.08, 106.98. Got a late fill. Come on. Got a late fill. Man. Man, I'll tell you what, Roku's been a you-know-what today. It has been a real you-know-what. Let's look at Tesla, CCL, RCL, ZM, AIKI is just losing its value. Going to remove that. Let's look at MEIP. Let's see what happened there. Yeah. So this had a breakout, but just couldn't sustain it. Ended up coming back down. But who knows? Who knows where that'll end up being soon enough. ZM. Man, I saw that crack in that 9 EMA. And all this support, more importantly, was cracking through all this support, coming below this candle. I should have taken it. Completely should have taken that. There's no reason why I didn't. Let's see. Okay, so Yoni B, yeah, I had that wrong. I'm gonna call it a day. Can't read the markets well. Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm kind of starting to feel the same way. Sagar says, Matt, be careful later in the morning that we don't usually do good. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Sagar. This is kind of where things can get a little just buggy, to say the least. Okay, well, if I stop today, I'm just kind of running through these trades here, and it's basically $1 a trade for me, except for this one right here. Anything over, I don't know, like, I can't remember, 222 shares maybe is where I start getting the per share rate. So, but if I stop today, I basically have, paid for the day and plus made, maybe I might have made $30 or 20 bucks or something like that. But um, I'll tell you what, this has been really, really difficult. Um, and I even hesitated on this one because of that. So usually when I go through chop fest like this, and this kind of goes, this goes along with the whole trader psychology thing. So, um, you know, when you get chopped out time after time after time, you really start hesitating on trades. This is the perfect one. On any given day, I would have seen this trade. I would have seen this huge red candle and how it was about to break down through the 9 EMA, and more importantly, break down through this critical area of support here. And I would have totally jumped on that. I would have went short. I probably would have gotten filled. I think I would have went short. Yeah, 37.86 is where I was looking to go short. Um, and I totally would have done it. I would have probably taken 300 or 400 shares, and this would have been a nice move here. But after being chopped out on Roku, after watching the SPY whip around, after being chopped out on AMD, I mean, look at all this choppiness, guys. Look at all this choppiness. Um, it just it has me at that place where psychologically I'm not even at a healthy level of being able to take a trade. I mean, even that trade I took on Bowen. I mean, yeah, I only lost $6, but I mean, breaking pre-market lows and breaking through this critical support area here, you would think, would be a fairly good move. And now it's got a really good opportunity to do it, and watch it actually do it now. You know, I mean, SPY is showing some weakness. It's coming back. But it could just be touching on the EMA and making a move forward. There's a lot of good consolidation here that it could be bouncing off of. So, finding support. And then in that case, Bowen would end up whipping right back up like it's been doing all morning. So yeah, you're right. All that to say, Sauger, you're right. I mean, um, I'm not in a healthy mindset. But on that note, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back, and then we'll see if there's any more trades. If not, I'll go ahead and close it out. Roku here, doing the same thing. It's pretty much been doing. I'll tell you what, I was wrong about AMD, but I mean, it broke right up through all these key areas here. But the SPY is strong today, and I still believe there's going to be some kind of profit taken. Even if we have a green day today, as we get closer to these all-time highs, we're going to see a good long red day come along. I mean, this whole area here there's a lot of consolidation, and there were a lot of people probably buying in those areas that end up, pulling out of their positions. So, I don't know. This looks like it's got some room to make a leg down here. SPY's going. See what Roku's doing. See what Tesla's doing. Tesla's getting a little weak. Tesla could be due for a pullback. Notice, guys, these are way off the 20 EMAs, and the 20 EMAs are under VWAP. They're coming up to the VWAP. And that can be significant for several reasons. Give me 1 second here, though. I'm watching the SPY. The SPY is failing that EMA, and it's failing that previous level of consolidation. So it may drag this market with it. Yeah. CCL's probably, yeah. RCL, yeah, man, I hate that I missed that move. Yeah. Yeah, sorry it was such an underwhelming day for you, Yoni B. Yeah, it's been a rough day for sure. But yeah, RCL is, yeah, I mean, well, obviously now I don't know how long ago you typed that comment in, but yeah, it's on a little bit of a dump. But again, I think it comes back to what the SPY's doing. SPY's finally suffering a bit of a pullback here. Let me see, what was that daily level? That daily level was 281.94. So I need to mark out 281.94. Okay, so this was a daily level here. It might be pulling back to that level. The next level past that was 283.79. Okay, so that would be another breakout level. Yeah, so I mean, if SPY turns around and starts going back up, then everything else is going to turn around and start going back up. Boeing is finally losing its lunch. Lost those levels, so sure enough, when I leave the room and take a quick break, it finally gets the follow through. Story of my life on Boeing. Thanks, Boeing. I would take a quick scalp of 50 shares at 149.24. Start averaging in there anyway. $148.42. Look at that, broke right through that low. And now it looks like it wants to snap all the way back up here. So if it does snap all the way back up here, maybe I could get a fill real quick. And then I would take another 50 shares at 64, maybe 54. Yeah, 64. So let's see what kind of a scalp we can get here. So 24 and then 84. So let's see if we can get a good solid move here. See if we can get a fill. There we go. So 148.84. See if we get 100 shares and see where my average would be. 24, bring it to probably 44, I think. Then we could come out 50 there. Well, it's going to get a flush down to 84. See if we get the flush here. We need a good, strong flush. Boy, it's struggling. We should get a retest of 84. I don't see why we wouldn't, but then again, who knows? The way Bowen acts sometimes is incredible. SPY's getting a flush down, so we should see a flush down here. Really need to go down to 74. 48.74. Yeah, I'll get it at, I'll see if it'll flush to 74. Paused at 84, so we'll see. Come on. There we go. Come on. Get a flush. Get a flush. Okay, coming out. All right, we're up 76.40. And is this where we're going to get it? Is this where we're going to get that flush to 74? So it reached 80. It would have gotten me at 84. So I guess I didn't have to take it at where I took it at 99. Yeah, I could have gotten that at 84. Made 80 bucks on the day. Let's look at Roku. Matt, on the 15-minute Boeing chart, seems like the gap down was hit. It might turn around. Yeah, I think it's very possible, but I also think it's going to be dependent on what happens with the SPY. SPY's sitting on VWAP. The 20 EMA could not cross over the VWAP on the SPY, and right now it looks like it's making a move down at least to that previous daily level breakout. So yeah, if SPY turns around here and can hold VWAP and stay away from that daily level, I think you're absolutely right. I think Boeing has a chance to turn around. But right now, I don't see too much divergence between Boeing and the SPY. So I tell you what, guys, these are the days. These are the days of... these are going to be the days we remember as the days of following the SPY. We traded based off of what the SPY was doing. The vast majority of the times. Not in every situation, but a lot of times. A lot of times. You know, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous we have to just consistently watch watch the SPY. You know, we can't just trade a stock independently from the SPY and just look at the pattern, look at the setup, you know, which, I mean, even obviously when things were kind of normal, so to say, when things were normal, I mean, we still had obviously those moments of, you know, being mindful of what the SPY is doing. You always have to be mindful. I always keep a chart up of the SPY, and so I always watch it. But you know, it really is just that sort of thing right now. I mean, it's a very common thing, way more common than it ever used to be. And I remember it was similar back in the market correction of 2018. It seemed to be, you know, that seemed to be the case. But it hadn't been like that since then, obviously. Um, so SPY's continuing to come down, but it's low volume. It's light volume. This isn't, you know, you can see the volume has kind of, well, we'll say medium volume, but it's not super heavy, you know. Um, but it's having a nice little sell off. It's maintaining VWAP. Bone looks like it does want to push up. So I think if SPY starts coming back up and, you know, coming towards this 283.79 level, I think, you know, I think we'll definitely see some good possibilities there. So but the question is, you know, how much of this can it do? Actually, just because of the chop, I'm feeling like I could get. I feel like I could get a good 40 cent or 30 cent move on this. 149.44. Let's see. See if we can get a leg down there. See if we can get taken out at 44. It's hitting up on that EMA. And we'll add back in. Yeah, I think if it comes back, might even get a move down to 34. But I'll keep it at 44 just in case. Okay, so SPY's making a nice little push up. $150.78 would be the next point. So 149.44 is where I've got and if it comes down to say 64 but it stalls, then I'll go ahead and get out there. I think we can get a retest. 149.44. go. Come on. Get a flush down. Get a flush down. Let's get a continued flush down. There we go. And, oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. Come on. Take me out. That's a joke. That's an absolute joke. There we go. Okay, got out there. So we're up to 93.40. So this is basically turned into about a $50 day right now. Nice little scalp there on Boeing. And the reason I took it is because I noticed right here on the 5-minute it had met the 9 EMA. Okay, and so a lot of times on the 5-minute it'll come up to the 9 EMA and you can at least get a snapback enough. You see the support of the previous candle was 149.42. So sometimes you can get at least a snapback to the previous candle support, and then in some cases, if it keeps going, you know, your next add-in can be around VWAP, and you saw that I set it a little above VWAP at 150.78 just in case it had some kind of VWAP fake out breakout. But because of the rollover action today on Boeing, I felt confident in that being a good dollar cost averaging strategy. So I was willing to pick up 100 shares and maybe even 150 shares up to here because I feel like we would have come back ultimately to VWAP and I would have been able to get out with a little bit of a profit, you know, even if it went that far against me. But because of all this choppiness, it could never get above these levels. It just has continued going downward today. It just, to me, it did not seem like Boeing was just going to go ahead and just start shooting all the way up here. And so again, I took first position here at the 9 EMA at 149.78. I was going to dollar cost average in at 150.78 and hopefully get the pullback there. But then if it kept going, I probably would have went to 151.78. And then obviously if it broke up, you know, past all this, then I would have had to get out. But and I would have been down at that point probably $120 on the day or something like that, maybe 100 and even 100. I mean, let me see here. I might have been down about $100 on the day at that point, but that's worth it to me. I mean, we're coming in here to make money, guys, and honestly, you know, making, you know, me ending the day up, you know, $50 after commissions versus ending the day down, you know, $100. I mean, there's not much of a difference there. There's not much of a difference. It was worth it to me for the reward, the kind of risk that was involved. And as we can see, there wasn't much risk at all, really. And I probably could have put my order all the way down here to 149. But I was playing it safe. I was going for a scalping trade. So when it came back, I didn't want to change my plan. I wanted to stick to the plan and just kind of stick to that scalping trade. And so that's what I did. But let's see if there's anything else significant going on here. It's kind of interesting with Tesla right now. Tesla is forming a tightening range. It's broken a couple times up here, but it hasn't stayed up there. I'd love to see if it broke all the way up here and then got slammed back down. But it's forming a flat top. Tesla's forming a flat top, and it's very possible that Tesla could come down and test VWAP. I might even be willing to get in with 10 shares to see if something like that could happen. 34, and then just set a stop at 37. So I'm risking $30. 37.30. See if we can get it to come up a little bit. Don't want to miss the move though. SPY looks like it's wanting to break VWAP, which means that Tesla could end up breaking VWAP, or Tesla could end up getting pulled with it. Yeah, SPY's coming down. Question is Tesla going to get pulled with it? Sauger says, all right, boys, I'm out. See y'all tomorrow. Slow but a green day. Good job. Yeah, good job on the green day, Sauger. And yeah, really good job with that, man. Good job knowing when to stop, knowing when to walk. Um, Love having you in here, man. So I hope I get to see you again tomorrow. Notigan's calling out SPCE. I'll take a look at it. Yeah, there was a little bit of volume on this in pre-market. There wasn't a ton of volume, but this is not a good trade for me though. Notigan, I do not do well on SPCE. I lost $2,000 one day on SPCE, so I don't. This was it was this day right here. No, excuse me, this day right here, February 19th. You can go back and check out the video. You know, but in most other professional day traders that I know were completely puzzled by this as well. I was even though I lost a good deal of money, and that was the biggest loss I had suffered in a very long time. And I made it back. I made it back that month. I actually still ended the month green, but it was a devastating move, and it was very irrational because everybody saw this. It got bought all the way up to almost $40 and ended almost. You know, we've got almost a full blown gravestone doji here on the daily. Okay, and everybody just knew that it was going to get a pullback on the next day, but it started to. It started to in pre-market. I think that was the day I took it in pre-market. No, I think I took it right out the gates too. Again, you can go back and check the video to just double check on all that information, but it did kind of come down. It started to resolve to the downside. And I remember because I started out that day doing all right on it. You know, I made a couple $100 on it or a few $100. I don't remember how much it was, but this was back when I was used to having, $500, $600, $700 days. All right. So, I still, to me, it was, even if had been up at one point, like 300 and some dollars on it, I was still going to stay in it. But this day right here, it just had irrational move backed by irrational move, backed by more irrational moves. I mean, it was just ridiculous. It would look like it was having a major sell-off. It would even break VWAP, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, people would just start buying it up. And it happened like 3 or 4 times throughout the day. I got crushed on it every single time. I should have just taken the open and morning trade and been done. But ever since then, I mean, I've traded it, and you've been following the channel long enough. You might have even been here that day, but I've traded it a few times here and there. But dude, I have a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to this stock. This stock has my number, man. It really does. So, I just stay away from it. I don't even know if you could locate shorts anyway. Okay, so they're pretty cheap. 500 shares for $400. They're pretty cheap. Okay, so you could probably get shorts, but I don't trust it, dude. I just don't trust it. Do not trust it. I don't trust SPC. I do not trust Virgin Galactic as far as I can throw it. And I don't even know what that means. This could be the breakthrough on Tesla. SPY got the VWAP projection, guys. So I wouldn't feel too bad. Wouldn't feel too bad going short here. Kind of missed the boat. Kind of missed it a little bit. But I don't know, guys. It's chop fest. It's chop fest. I mean, I'm watching the SPY here and bouncing back and forth and just Zoom is, I don't even know why Zoom is coming up. Look at Boeing. Boeing is continuing to get hammered. Continuing to get hammered. Just making a good strong leg down. Man, can you imagine if I held on to those 50 shares? I'd be up $100 right now on that. And can you imagine if I actually gotten filled above VWAP and had 100 shares? Although we all know I probably wouldn't have held on to it for that whole entire move. This is just, I'll tell you what, this is, but this is where I would, once again, I would try to get in for some kind of a pullback to maybe 148.50 or, yeah, I think I could take that. But SPY is pulling up, so Notre again says I forgot about that. Yeah, so well, I got murdered today, hit my max loss. You're still in the sim though, right, Notre again? You're still in the sim though. I see you, chart stalker. I don't know what part, but I don't know what part of it was funny, but I do try to kid around a lot, so God knows what I said. Let's see here. Yeah, SPY's getting, So waiting for this to turn around before I start trading. Yeah, that's good. That's smart. This is good, man. I think note again, like, dude, you've got my complete total. Oh, on SPCE, got you. Yeah, chart stalker. That was a rough day. That was a rough day, man. And yeah, I don't. You got hammered before as well. Yeah. I don't trust it as far as I can throw the Virgin Galactic Space Station. I should say that. Hit $50 loss a year ago. I would have hit 1K loss in a day. Yeah. Good job, chart stalker. Made 107 today. That's good. Take it and walk. You're doing better than me. Notre again, yeah, man. So what I was gonna say is, mad respect for just staying in that simulator as long as you possibly can. This is the time, the simulator. That's the time for you to experience those losses. And even though it's not the same emotionally, if you really try to just get into character and role play it as best as possible, just try to feel the emotion of it. Just try to pretend that this is the real deal, and think about the fact that this can really help tie it to your emotions as well. Think about the fact that this could have been your money. It could have been, and look what you would have done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's hard to completely simulate emotion, but staying in the simulator and at least practicing these strategies over and over and over again, watching these chart patterns and the price action play out over and over and over again, is just one of the wisest things that you could do, that anybody could do in day trading. SPY's continuing to lose. I want to take a short on this, but in here, so 148.20 would be where I take it. So hit $50 loss a year ago. Yeah, I read that already. Sorry. So but yeah, good job on that, man. And yeah, I got freaked out there were several times I was trading in the simulator and I just got completely freaked out, thinking to myself, like, that could have been my money. Like, that really could have been my money, man. And I can't play. Like, I cannot let that happen. And so you really got to psych yourself up. You really got to, like I said, just kind of try to get in the character of it and, see it as a great potential of 147.82. I will sell 50 shares at 147.82, and I'll try to pick them up at 52. See if we can get a move up there, and then I'll put another move up above 148. See if we can get a push up to 82. Come on. SPY's getting a nice push up, so we should get a good push up to 82. Come on. There we go. Maybe even 148. I can add more. Come on. Okay, so now I want to move it up to 148.04. And then I would take it at 147.74. I don't know if I'm going to get it, guys. I don't think I'm going to get that move. Where did it get to? Got up to 78. It would have never gotten my order at 82 anyway. Whenever I see it pause here, and especially when it's showing that it's going to break up through a moving average, I usually look closer to the next moving average to take that position for that quick scalp. And I also try to make sure I know where everything is on the 2-minute as well. And we can see that it could have popped up real slightly over this and met this level here for that 148 or 148.04 add. Chart Stalker says that's the best way to get better. Trade paper like it's real. Yeah. Notigan says, yeah, it's scary. I reset to 4K every day, and at the end of the day, I have to ask myself, how do I want my first day to look? Did I earn the right to lose that money or not? Yeah, that's good. That's exactly what I did. I know I've talked about it before, but you know, so not just to regurgitate a ton of information here, but man, this is looking good. Hold on. Man, I'm missing out on such a great move here on Boeing. Daily level, we're losing it. And the next one is 144.55. SPY still coming down. Might take it at 144. See. Might have juice to 140. We'll see. We'll see. 144.55 is the next daily level it's got to crack. But yeah, that's something that I did every day. Note again, I would go in and I would say to myself, okay, if I lose, or I would go in every day and I would say, okay, I've got, I would pretend that I had a $5,000 account basically with Capital Markets Elite Group, and that gives you $30,000 in buying power. So I would go in every day pretending that I had that, and SPY just lost that critical daily level, guys. So SPY could be having a pretty healthy sell-off, pretty healthy pullback here. May start adding in. See if we can get a little bit of a pullback here. So, see if we can get a little bit of a pullback here. $42.50. Okay, and we're gonna get that at 95. No, I bought, right? I'm pretty sure I bought. I'm going to come out half there. So we got 25 now. See if we can make a pullback up. See if we make a pullback up. Can we? Come on. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, coming out. So we'll give it another shot. Man, glad I called that. Okay, SPY's continuing to get a pullback there. SPY's continuing to tank. See, this is what I mean, guys. When SPY starts to go, everything starts to go, right? I mean, everything starts to go. So it doesn't even matter what's happening with all these other stocks. Okay, Boeing customers canceled a staggering 150 orders for its 7:30 in March, bringing net cancellation. Okay, all right, that's wow, big news. Yeah, that is big news. That is big news. Okay, good job, chart stalker. Let's see. And SPY's having a pretty healthy pullback here. Some sell volume picking up. Tapped at 140. There's probably a lot of people that thought it was going to break 140. Okay, it'd be interesting to take a little here. And then I will, let's see, 141.94. Take a little more. It comes up. So I'll buy that at 141.64. See how far up we can come with this. SPY is making a good reversal here. You just need to get down to the 141.64 area. Take a small loss there, or 141. Be even nice if it could come down to 141.54. We'll see if it pauses there. SPY's continuing to lose. Should get a retest of those levels, guys. Even 141.44. So there, we'll do that. We'll put it there, and then I'll take it at 64 if it stalls. Oh, come on. We could even get it maybe at 141.16. Let's see how this plays out. And 41.34, we'll say. SPY is continuing to pull, so I just chalk this up to a short squeeze on Boeing. I will continue to add. Let's see here, 140. We see it come back down to 141.84. I'll feel a lot more confident. Do need to look to bring my average up at some point. See if I get an opportunity to add here. I think 144.94 would be the next spot to add. So the price is bouncing around a little here, which tells me that it's possible. You know, I want to see the SPY come down, because I want to see the SPY continue to lose ground, because what we don't want to do is turn this into a squeeze, you know, all the way back up to VWAP or something like that, which I don't think that it would, but 141.34 is, with this gradual buy up, you know, typically what you'll see is a buy up and then a pretty heavy pullback. And with this gradual buy up, it just doesn't look quite as favorable. So, and then the SPY is gradually moving up as well. So I may unfortunately have to remove half the shares. Let's just see what kind of a move we can get on the 1 minute and the 2 minute. See if the 2 minute can lose some weight here. I don't know if it is going to come all the way back down to these levels. I'll give it a chance. The SPY is getting a mass rejection there, so it's possible. It's possible it could come all the way back down here, but SPY really needs to lose a lot for that to happen. So here we go. A little bit there, so I would come out a little there. So there we go. We reduced it down to 25 shares, and so I have a lot more confidence building on 25 shares than I do 50 from that point right there. So and I will move this down to 141.24, we'll say. And that'll be on the last 25 shares. So we want to see it come all the way back down there. I think we could even get a test of 140. If SPY remains weak, I think we can get a test of 140. And if it comes back down through here, so yeah, I'd probably be willing to take it at 140.94. Bounce maybe up to 144.50, then test 140 again. Yeah, I think as long as SPY remains weak, I think we are going to test 140 again. And yes, you're right, Yonibi, Roku is relatively strong, but I don't know. I think at least in the short term, you know, the SPY is continuing to pull again. Hopefully it's not double bottoming. Hopefully the SPY continues to pull further and can pull oh, sorry, you're talking about Roku. My apologies. I'm completely missed that. Let's see. Needed to meet this line right here. Right here. Where we will get into the green. 140.94. I'll put it at 93. Really want to see it lose here and lose 141.84. Up 170 on SPCE VWAP bounce. Good job. Good job, Nuttergan. So let's see, 2 minute, 5 minute. Oh, that's a nice bearish candle there. So hopefully we can come down, break this, test the low there. We'll give it a minute to play out. Look at Roku. Let's check out Roku. Yeah, Roku. You know, looks like it could be making a leg up there. AMD remaining strong. Tesla. Man, what a beautiful move on Tesla. I wish I had taken that 10 shares there. What a beautiful, beautiful move on Tesla. This is again, when if I'm not getting chopped out severely by the market, this is a perfect trade I would have taken. Flat top breakdown. I talk about it all the time. Talk about it all the time. But I think a lot of this was dependent on the SPY, and obviously with the SPY making this move down, that was something to look forward to on Tesla. So man, that could have been a great move on 10, 20 shares even. Could have been a beautiful move. Yeah, I tried calling it chart stalker. I tried calling it. I mean, I didn't get in it, but would have been nice. Now I'm kind of dealing with the chop here on Boeing, but I'm okay with that. See, now everything's starting to come up. Why? Because SPY's coming up. SPY's making a potential reversal here, and it may end up creeping back up today, or it may come up to VWAP test and then reject. So, but anyway, I will look to add into Boeing. Let's see here. I want to be smart about it, and I want to be patient. It's got a lot of room to move on the 15-minute. It's got a lot of room to move back to VWAP. So I do want to bring my average up. So I'll say 144.94. I will come in with another 25 shares. And I'm going to go ahead and remove that order there. And then I'll take another 25 at 145.94. See if we can get filled here at 144.94. We'll bring my average up. Come on. There we go. Trying to be patient. Come on. There we go. Come on. Only took, there we go. Okay, so now we got 50 at 143.44. So 143.41. Could it come back down? So let's see, 140. Let's see. SPY's moving up. SPY cracked back up through the daily level. Okay, so that's good for SPY. So I would add another 25 shares, probably at 146.94. 146.94. Add another 25 shares. Otherwise, I will look to get out these 50 shares at 143. 143.04. I think it would be worth it to me to take it there. See if we can get down to 143.04. I think there's enough room. And where was it? 143.44. So if it looks like it's stalling, then I'll take it and just get out. I think we can get it at 143.04. Try to hold it. Yeah, I think we can get down to 143.04. It loses those levels. We should be able to get that. And as long as SPY makes a significant little pullback here, might even get down to 142. I almost want to take it at 142.94. Okay, so I got to remove that order. 142.94, we'll do that. And then if it looks like it's stalling, I'll take it. 143.20. Should get a good move down here. Should get a break down here. Nope, maybe not. Well, SPY's getting a quick little buy up. And I'll tell you what, guys, I've got to keep it moving. I've got another job I've got to take care of. Let's see if we get that fill here at 142.94. See if we can get that fill. SPY is getting rejected off that daily level again. So it would just be interesting to see if we could lose those levels and come down here. Come on. Break 143.60. I think a lot of it does depend on what the SPY ends up doing here. So trying to be patient with it. SPY's continuing to pull. Hopefully it'll pull Boeing. Again, all we need to do is get down to these levels here. I should move this up to 142.94. So taps that green line, I'm out. I'm out. But SPY looks like it's pushing up a little. Really need to see it go here, guys. Really need to see it go. Otherwise, I may have to take a loss again on those last shares, unfortunately. Don't want to do that. Okay, SPY's coming up. There we go. Come on. Can we get a move down? Can we get a move down? No, it looks like it's going to go up, guys. Let me look at the 2-minute. Yeah, it's working off that 9 EMA pretty well. So okay, SPY's pushing up. SPY's pushing up. And Boeing's making, I mean, Boeing's making a pretty honest move. I was going to look to get out, but I don't know. $146.94. So I'd have to break this line here. SPY's pushing up all the way to VWAP. So there's that. Now if this breaks down through all these moving averages plus crushes that trend line, I'll feel better about holding right there. So 145.94, 146.94. That should bring it, my average, up enough. There we go. And then we'll have 75 shares at what kind of average? What kind of average can we get those 75 shares at? So 145.94. Okay, all right, Chart Stalker. Good seeing you, man. Glad you could join us today. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Tell you what, guys, I don't know. It's gonna be tough getting up all the way back here. So I'm going to have to average in. I don't see Boeing getting too much of a buy up past these points up here, past all this consolidation, 147, 148. But if SPY continues to main, I mean, it's basically making the same move SPY is. If you look at SPY right now, look, the charts are very, very similar. Green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red. So I'm thinking right now a lot of it depends on what the SPY is going to do. But anyway, guys, I've got to keep it moving. I've got another job that I've got to take care of for my other work. So I will continue to average up probably to these levels. And obviously, you know, I'll come back later with the recap video and, you know, we'll do all that. And hopefully I will still end in the green today and hopefully be able to build a good position here and make a nice final trade. So, like I said, I can't see Boeing getting just shot all the way back up through the 150s. I mean, I guess anything's possible in this market. But what I'm thinking is going to happen is we'll probably see a gradual trend up and then a gradual trend back. And I should be able to get out on the position that I build. So anyway, guys, it's always good seeing you here and appreciate you coming. And again, come back later, check out the recap video, find out how this trade on Boeing ends. And I have no doubt it's gonna do well. Well, I hope it does well. And if it doesn't, then, you know, I'm gonna lose $100 on the day. I mean, if I'm down, it might take my 78 plus another 100. So I'm either gonna come back later with a good recap video of, you know, making $100 to maybe even $300, depending. I mean, if this comes back to this green line right now, I'm only gonna make like $100. But if it continues to go up a little bit and I just keep adding to my position, it eventually comes back, you know, I could build a big enough position to make a pretty good solid trade today on that. So but yeah, we'll see. Right now the SPY's continuing to push, so there's that. And obviously, you know, if the SPY keeps pushing, a lot of this stuff is probably going to follow suit, but we'll see. I don't know. We might get a retest back to the 140s. Who knows? But anyway, guys, as always, good seeing you. And yeah, you're welcome, Yoni B. And yeah, hopefully the Boeing trade comes out well. Johnny, yeah, you take care too, and good luck to you as well, Notergen. And yeah, thank you, Work Diver. As always, it's good seeing you guys, and looking forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow. And y'all take care. Have a good night.